Chapter 1, Rebirth after the Doomsday, Awakening the 10,000 Times Return System. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I hope we can catch a strange beast, so that we can eat its meat and awaken our superpowers smoothly. Of course, isn't our son-in-law an awakener? It is said that the meat of awakeners is the most attractive to strange beasts. I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network. Xiang, hold him down for me. I'm going to saw off his thigh first. Why don't you saw off his head first to kill him? You don't understand. The success rate of catching strange beasts with live bait is the highest. Let's saw off his limbs and hang him up. This way he can live for a long time and we don't have to worry about him escaping. Wow! My brother-in-law is so thoughtful, that the unbearable pain made Meng Fan twitch all over his body in pain, but his drugged body could not move, and the smelly socks in his mouth made him only whimper hoarsely. He widened his eyes, but there were only family members around him who looked like evil spirits. His mother-in-law Wang Fong held his left hand, his father-in-law Lu Dezhu held his right hand, and his brother-in-law Lu Xiang and Luo Tianyu were sawing Meng Fan's thigh. His wife Liu Linlin, with her big belly, lifted Meng Fan's head. Don't stare at me like that, I have to think about my child with Tianyu. Oh, I'm so annoyed, why do you keep staring at me? I've apologized to you, what else do you want? Liu Linlin picked up the screwdriver on the ground and stabbed Meng Fan's eyes twice. Dark, painful, cold. Then Meng Fan felt several thick iron hooks piercing his scapula, hanging him from the balcony and lowering him downstairs little by little, with a strange roar and the sharp pain of sharp teeth cutting his body. The wild laughter of the beasts broke out above his head. Huh, it's bitten. Pull it up. My good son-in-law, you have really worked hard for our Liu family. I've decided. After this big thing is done, you don't have to do the housework tonight, leave it for tomorrow. We have to have a couple of drinks today. After signing, go across the street to buy some wine. It doesn't have to be too good, just ordinary Maotai will do. I'll go buy some peanuts. We must have a good time today. Why don't you talk? Why do you seem unhappy? Meng Fan felt a splitting headache. As soon as he opened his eyes, he saw two big faces full of fake smiles and old wrinkles, asking about his well-being. Who else could it be but Wang Fong and Lu Dezhu? I was furious. Fuck your grandma's happiness. Meng Fan swung two punches and hit the two old faces in response. The two old guys flew out on the spot, their noses were broken, and their faces were covered with blood in disbelief. What's going on? The useless guy who usually doesn't dare to breathe at home dares to attack them. Meng Fan was also stunned. He was in a service hall, the sun was shining into the hall, and several staff members around him were talking and laughing. Where are the blood mist and monsters? How come all his hands and feet are back? His eyes were then attracted by a document in front of him, house transfer contract. This scene seems familiar. He subconsciously took out his mobile phone. July 19, 2078, 1 month before the end of the world. 1 month later, the end of the world came, and the blood-colored fog enveloped the whole world, mutating countless monsters. Humans could only survive in high-rise buildings that the blood mist could not reach. Putting down the phone, Meng Fan finally confirmed that he was really reborn. Ha 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 ha. Meng Fan's whole body was itchy due to excessive excitement. He sat on the sofa and scratched his head constantly, and his pupils were extremely excited. In his previous life, he was a good man who was submissive and worked overtime day and night, handed in all his wages, and never bought cigarettes for more than 5 yuan. Just to give Liu Linlin's family a better life. Liu Linlin, on the other hand, is a parasite on him. Not only does she spend her own money, but she also gets on his nerves when she's not happy. He was just dazzled by Liu Linlin's beauty, and thought he was doing something wrong, so he worked even harder to get whatever he wanted from the beasts. In the end, they sawed off his hands and feet and used him as bait to catch strange beasts. The most annoying thing is that Liu Linlin hooked up with her boss Luo Tianyu, and told Meng Fan before she died. She was pregnant with Luo Tianyu's bastard. She even spent her own money on every prenatal checkup. He is a complete idiot. Meng Fan was furious, but the next second he suddenly felt some strange energy in his body. Blood mist? In his previous life, after the end of the world, blood mist filled the streets and nurtured countless monsters. Later, people discovered that blood mist not only causes mutations, but also strengthens the physique after absorption, and can also awaken various supernatural powers. It seems that the blood mist that merged in the previous life has also been reborn with me. Doesn't that mean I have become an awakened person with superpowers? But the next second, ding, the goddess's 10,000 times return system is awakening. Meng Fan was a little confused. What's going on? Others awakened superpowers, but the superpower I awakened is actually a system. Since the master's previous life was too miserable, this rebirth will be dedicated to bringing the master a better doomsday experience. In order to let the master lead the world before the end of the world, a novice gift package is now issued. 1. Blood mist enhancement. The master's physique is greatly improved, reaching the limit of human beings. This effect will be much stronger than the effect of ordinary blood mist on the awakened person's physique. 2. Goddess 10,000 times return. The consumables of the goddess bound to the master will be returned to the master 10,000 times. 3. Infinite space, can only store materials returned by the goddess. Time stops. 4. Goddess treasure book, record the information of the goddess, and at the same time, a reminder will be issued when there is a goddess that can be stored around. Existing goddesses. 1. The goddess drinks a box of pure milk, activates the 10,000-fold return effect, and gets 10,000 boxes of pure milk. In the empty space, 10,000 boxes of pure milk suddenly appeared, neatly stacked. Meng Fan was stunned on the spot. I finally believed that my superpower had really become a system, but what the hell is a goddess? Where did I get the goddess from? You damn good for nothing, how dare you hit me? Suddenly a shrill scream pierced the eardrums. Meng Fan looked up and saw Wang Fong being lifted up from the ground by Lu Dezhu. Wang Fong shook off Lu Dezhu's arm and rushed forward to scratch Meng Fan's face. Lu Dezhu hurriedly grabbed Wang Fong from behind. Calm down, wife, calm down. Don't forget our purpose today, house. Wang Fong also woke up. This is about millions, so don't be impulsive. At this time, the employee quickly came forward and handed over tissues, and the security guard at the door also rushed over. What happened here? It's okay, we just fell down. Wang Fong said with a sneer on her face. The security guard twitched his lips. What kind of fall can make you fly 3 or 4 meters away? But the victims didn't say anything, and they didn't bother to mind their own business. Meng Fan looked at all this coldly, with a sneer at the corner of his mouth. Just know that the 2 old bastards dare not speak out. Because today was the day they tricked Meng Fan into transferring the property rights of the house to them. In her previous life, Liu Linlin beguiled Meng Fan, hoping that he would transfer the house left by his parents to 2 old people, saying that it would give them something to rely on in their later years. In fact, it was Liu Linlin who got the inside information from Luo Tianyu that the community where the house is located will be demolished in half a year. Based on the size of this house, the demolition money is probably at least 3 million, and these 2 old guys just want to pocket this money for themselves, but their sexy moves don't stop there. Wang Fong blocked her bleeding nose and walked to Meng Fan. I know you may feel uncomfortable, and we can understand it, so as long as you successfully transfer the property to us today, we will not pursue the matter of beating people. Seeing that Meng Fan didn't speak, the 2 of them thought Meng Fan had listened. Sure enough, Meng Fan was still the obedient dog, he just scratched his owner occasionally. I immediately became bolder again. Since you don't object, I'll just say it. Originally, I wanted you to give the house to us directly, but I asked Lao Zhang and his son what the tax is on the gift of real estate. It is quite expensive, so it is not as cost-effective as cash transaction. But our old Liu family can't afford much money now, and the price is too low. So I thought of a good way. When Wang Fong said this, she forced a bad smile on her face. You can borrow some small loans, borrow some money from friends at the same time, and cash out on your credit card. You can definitely get the money together. You transfer the money to my bank card, and I will use the money to buy your house, and then you pay the money back. We don't have to spend a penny more every time. How nice. The 2 old guys talked more and more enthusiastically, and they had forgotten about the beating. It seemed like the house now belonged to them, but he didn't see that the angry smile on Meng Fan's face was about to explode. The person who steps on the horse is indeed the same old routine. In my previous life, I was deceived by these two old guys and Liu Linlin, and I muddle-headedly followed their instructions and completed all the procedures. As a result, they happily defrauded the house left by their parents, but they themselves were troubled by debt collection from small loans and credit cards every day. The real estate transaction taxes were not less at all, but they were all passed on to me after a lot of trouble. I am so innocent and wronged. But it's impossible this time. Want a house? Dream on. Meng Fan took out his mobile phone and dialed the number. Mr. Li, don't you want my house? Come to the housing management office and I'll make a deal with you right now. Chapter 3, Crazy Money Making, Net Worth Over 100 Million, Even a Bitch Has His Own Way of Using It. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Damn, is this person exercising in the morning? Have you ever seen someone exercising in the morning with a shared electric bike on the road? I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network. Wow. Sue, hurry to the hospital gate. There is a handsome guy here who is super fierce. People on the road stopped one after another, and their surprised eyes focused on Meng Fan, which attracted waves of amazement and photos from the beauties. Everyone has ridden a shared electric bike, which is basically around 100 kilograms. It is not difficult for an adult to move it, but few people can easily lift a shared electric bike over their heads. But at this moment, in Meng Fan's hands, two shared electric bikes weighing more than 100 kilograms were used as dumbbells, and they were swung vigorously. After putting down the two shared electric bikes, there was no change in breathing after the intense exercise. The strengthening of the body is simply exaggerated. At the same time, Meng Fan also figured out what this system is. As long as the goddess is bound, all the materials consumed can be returned 10,000 times, regardless of whether the materials are obtained by himself or given by Meng Fan. Even the money you spend can be returned 10,000 times. The way to bind is also very simple. Clap for love and get to know everything about her personally. There is no bad favorability requirement, and no other additional restrictions. As long as the relationship is simply confirmed, you can bind. The only requirement: it must be a high-quality goddess, otherwise it is not recommended to bind. But the system does not recommend it, and even if the quality in some aspects is good enough, it will take the initiative to lower the standard appropriately. Pure girls are okay, cute lowly is feasible, pure young women are not excluded, and the best wives must be taken down. Even Meng Fan found that it is not limited to species. In a word, Meng Fan does whatever he feels comfortable with. Meng Fan's eyes flashed with deep excitement. Originally, Meng Fan didn't want to be a good man and a believer after his rebirth. As long as the woman meets his aesthetic taste, no matter what style, Meng Fan wants to try it. Since he is reborn, he will live a vigorous and exciting life. What's more, he can get a huge amount of materials returned 10,000 times. He can afford to support as many goddesses as he wants, so why not? It's just that the goddesses at this stage make Meng Fan a little disgusted. Open the goddess treasure book. There is only one piece of information on it. Goddess, Liu Linlin. Appearance, 80 points, barely reaching the goddess passing line. Character, -50 points, bad behavior, daily derailment, lying, pregnant with a bastard, not ashamed but proud. Human Resources Department Comprehensive Evaluation, scum, bitch, garbage. Note, the bitch is not worthy of being called a goddess, but because she has been successfully bound before the master activates the system, she is temporarily qualified as a goddess. Suggestion, but in order to ensure the purity of the goddess team, please kick her out of the team as soon as possible. Elimination method, artificial unbinding, or physical elimination. The system strongly recommends the latter, fundamentally eliminating the possibility of this bitch cheating on the master. Meng Fan feels very comfortable with the system's suggestions. It is worthy of being a system that is dedicated to bringing a better Doomsday experience to the master. I like it very much. Liu Linlin, this bitch, is indeed not qualified to be called a goddess, but it is really very useful now. The system prompts kept ringing in Meng Fan's ears. The goddess spent 420 yuan, activated the 10,000-fold return effect. and obtained 4.2 million yuan in funds. The goddess ate a piece of tiramisu cake, activated the 10,000-fold return effect, and obtained 10,000 pieces of tiramisu cake. The goddess used a wet wipe, activated the 10,000-fold return effect, and obtained 100 packs of wet wipes, 100 draws/pack. The goddess was very angry, fell and broke the heel of her high heels, activated the 10,000-fold return effect, and obtained 10,000 pairs of the same size 38 high heels, seeing the 4.2 million cash flow that suddenly appeared on the bank card. Meng Fan couldn't help laughing. He acted for a long time to sell the house for 3 million, and Liu Linlin gave him 4.2 million out of thin air for a prenatal checkup fee, but now Liu Linlin is doing a prenatal checkup project in the hospital, which is convenient for Meng Fan to implement the next plan: go straight to the hospital, the Director's Office of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Paternity test. Paternity test for pregnant women is a bit troublesome, not to mention that you don't want the person involved to know. The reaction of the Director of Obstetrics and Gynecology was completely expected. Before she finished speaking, Meng Fan's red envelope was pushed in front of her. "Sorry for bothering you, Director." The Director of Obstetrics and Gynecology was stunned. This thickness, at least 5,000. She has seen all kinds of patients, but she has never seen a master as arrogant as Meng Fan. Just a paternity test. Can you get a 5,000 red envelope? You have raised the market price too much, but the one who pays is the boss. We can do whatever the boss wants to do. She quickly put the red envelope into her inner pocket and smiled. Don't worry, I can send the results to your mobile phone in 2 hours at most. Sure enough, money means you can do whatever you want. Then I'll bother you, Director. After the greetings, Meng Fan was respectfully escorted out of the office by the Director of Obstetrics and Gynecology. She saw Liu Linlin sitting in the distance restlessly, pressing her mobile phone. The phone, which had been muted for a long time, kept receiving missed calls. It was obvious that Meng Fan did not come over to serve her flatteringly, which made Liu Linlin feel greatly offended. A grim smile flashed across Meng Fan's lips. In his previous life, after he was defrauded of the house, he immediately rushed over to accompany her, registering and escorting her, for fear that Liu Linlin would have a bump in the road. But now, hee. Aren't you unhappy? Then I'll let you have a good time. Open your phone to send a message. I have something that I can't catch up with right now, so I probably won't be able to accompany you for your prenatal checkup today. Didn't you fancy a few things last time and didn't want to buy them? I think since you like them, then buy them. Just swipe my credit card and don't wrong yourself if you buy more. As soon as Meng Fan finished sending it, he immediately saw Liu Linlin smiling over there. Thank you, husband. Munda. A series of messages appeared in an instant. The goddess spent 3,499 yuan to activate the 10,000-fold return effect and received 36.88 million yuan in funds. The goddess spent 899 yuan to activate the 10,000-fold return effect and received 8.99 million yuan in funds. The goddess spent 1,688 yuan to activate the 10,000-fold return effect and received 16.88 million yuan in funds. In just a few minutes, Meng Fan's bank card, which originally had no money on it, soared to over 100 million in assets. It's still soaring like a rocket, making great strides toward 1 billion. Meng Fan couldn't help but laugh wildly in his heart. Liu Linlin, you are truly my best tool. It's true that bitches have their uses. It's still some time before the paternity test results come out, just go and enjoy it yourself. Grand Hotel Cadisa, as one of the most famous hotels in Jiangcheng, it is also a holy place for foreign tourists to check in. There is an endless stream of guests coming here every day. But now there is a person who attracts the attention of everyone in the lobby. Give me a portion of all the dishes you have here today. I mean, everything. The guests and waiters were shocked to see Meng Fan sitting in the most conspicuous position in the hall and starting to eat and drink. Every dish here costs nearly 1,000 yuan at least, and a table costs tens of thousands, but Meng Fan turned a blind eye to the price. Money. The least thing I worry about now is money. That damn bitch is just like a perpetual motion machine, constantly printing money for herself. He lowered his head and glanced at his phone. In just a short time, Liu Linlin had already helped him earn 500 million, which was equivalent to spending 50,000 on shopping. This bitch is really good at spending time, but it doesn't matter, the credit card has a full limit of 200,000, so what are you afraid of? Keep serving, keep showing off. In his previous life, Meng Fan only saw others enjoying so-called molecular cuisine from a distance at the door, but he never dared to try it himself. But now after eating it, I just feel that that's it. It's all a gimmick, the portion is small and you won't be full. Fortunately, the men and women in the lobby were polite, pretending to be knowledgeable and enjoying themselves. Bah, it's all a fucking pretense. That after eating and drinking, I was a little sleepy, so I just went to the hotel to get a room. Open the best presidential suite for me. Well, just book it for me for a month first. In one sentence, many beauties at the front desk were stunned by Meng Fan on the spot, and the entire hall was in an uproar. This is a 5-star hotel in Kadisa. The best presidential suite is priced at 100,000 yuan a night. It's basically just a symbol, and only a handful of guests have stayed there since it opened, but this little-known guy asked for the presidential suite and booked it for a month. This pure invisible rich man. But Meng Fan calmly swiped his card, and the moment he heard the sound of successful transfer, the eyes of the beauties at the front desk who were originally stunned changed when they looked at Meng Fan. Even Meng Fan's cheap suit seemed to have turned into a simple but not simple haute couture dress in their eyes. It's not that the clothes are too cheap, it must be that you don't know the goods. Most of the beauties who can work in hotels want to use their work to meet upper-class elites and marry into rich families, although I still don't know the details of Meng Fan. He is definitely the elite among the elite. It doesn't matter what the background is, let's put Mr. Meng's stamp on our land first. Mr. Meng, please let me accompany you up. Mr. Meng, I will accompany you. Mr. Meng. Many beauties rushed out of the front desk and grabbed hold of Meng Fan. This was Meng Fan's first experience of being surrounded by beauties. From time to time, people would come up to her and let Meng Fan's arms feel the caring softness. Really nice, goddess treasure book, is also constantly prompting. Name, Xia Yiming. Appearance, 65 points, 80 points after makeup, okay for fun, not recommended for storage by the owner. Name, Luo Qianqian. Appearance, 60 points, 75 points after makeup, failed. Name, Jiang Shan. Appearance, 90 points. Warning. The original score of Jiang Shan's mother-in-law was only 50 points. After plastic surgery, it reached 90 points. It is not recommended that the owner enjoys technology and hard work. But if the owner wants to be curious, just pretend that the system didn't say anything. Meng Fan's lips almost twisted into a smile. These splendid hotel beauties at the front desk are the goddesses of many dog-licking dreams, but at this moment, they are stripped down in front of the system until their panties fall off. Very good. With system control, you will no longer have the risk of accidentally stepping on a thunderstorm. The key system is also very user-friendly, and if you want to be curious, it doesn't object, so understanding, but soon Meng Fan noticed a dodgeful eye. Huh? Why is she here? Chapter 4, Teasing, the cat and mouse game of the rich. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Li Shiqi, Meng Fan's blind date before getting married. At that time, she claimed to be a graphic model with a monthly income of more than 100,000 yuan. She asked Meng Fan to own a house and a car and earn 1 million yuan a month. When I heard that Meng Fan's family only had an old house left by his parents, he immediately scorned Meng Fan. He also mocked Meng Fan's parents for not working hard all their lives and only leaving such a piece of junk to their son after they died. The last meal cost Meng Fan more than 3,000 yuan, and he left without even giving me a phone call. Look now, what kind of graphic model earns 100,000 yuan a month? Isn't he just a hotel receptionist? There was a sneer at the corner of his mouth. You, come here. That at the front desk of the hotel, Li Shiqi's beautiful eyes widened in disbelief. He remembered Meng Fan, who was ruthlessly ridiculed by him at that time. How could he be an invisible rich man? Is it true that there are 30 years in Hedong and 30 years in Heshi? Do not bully young people into poverty. Suddenly she heard Meng Fan call her name, surprised and delighted. You're not recognized, are you? He probably won't remember me after a few years. He forced himself to calm down and walked up to Meng Fan amidst the envious and jealous eyes of many colleagues. Mr. Meng, please follow me. There is a dedicated direct elevator to the presidential suite of the Cadisa Hotel. Soon the presidential suite arrived. One word to describe it is luxury. Located on the top floor of the entire Cadisa Hotel, it has all the facilities you need, and there is also a rooftop swimming pool made of pure glass that extends beyond the entire hotel building. While swimming, you can overlook the entire Jiangqing through the smooth glass bottom. At the same time, Meng Fan also liked the name of this presidential suite very much, named Dominate the World. Meng Fan turned back to look at Li Shiqi. Name, Li Shiqi. Appearance, 85 points, purely natural. Type, plump beauty. Character, 7 points. Comprehensive evaluation of the Human Resources Department. Not yet a taste of human resources. Note, the gold-worshipping girl, the master's former blind date, only wanted to marry into a wealthy family. It's really rare that after all these years, Li Shiqi's products are still purely natural and pollution-free, and unlike others, Li Shiqi never made any transgressive or seductive moves from beginning to end. Everything was dignified and natural. Obviously she has a very clear strategy. Active seduction will only lower her worth, so it is better to distance herself appropriately. As long as the distance is controlled subtly enough, Meng Fan can be tempted to take the initiative to approach her. High-end players. What I play is high-end stuff. Meng Fan took out a cigar from the cigarette cabinet, and Li Shiqi immediately stepped forward to help light it. Mr. Meng, it is our honor to satisfy you. This is my job number and contact information. If you need anything, you can call me directly at the front desk. The service will definitely satisfy you. Li Shiqi bowed and handed over her business card with a smile. Meng Fan suddenly stepped forward and hugged Li Shiqi's slender waist, breathing softly against her ear. Oh! How satisfying can it be? Your presidential suite is indeed good, but I can't comment yet on the subsequent supporting services. The right hand boldly tested downwards, and slowly spread to the whole audience. Don't worry, you can just tell us what kind of service you need. Well. Li Shiqi couldn't help but hum a few times. Her pretty face turned red quickly, showing her coveted shyness, but she did not push Meng Fan away. It's coming, it's finally coming. He did it to himself. You have to hold back and not throw yourself into someone else's arms. Holding back is victory. He was extremely excited, but he still maintained a dignified posture and did not refuse or respond. Can you really bear it? Let's see how long you can endure it. This guy is annoying. Li Shiqi felt the flames burning inside her body. She clenched her lips and her cheeks turned red. It was obvious that she couldn't bear it anymore. From her sparkling eyes, there was a certain desire that could no longer be suppressed. Meng Fan became more and more proud, putting aside his character. This Li Shiqi is really good. Meng Fan could already hear the roar of the engine in his ears. Li Shiqi is longing for an unbridled rush. As long as you get on the bus, you can immediately enjoy this exciting ride. Hee. Thinking about how Li Shiqi scolded herself back then. She said that it was a gift from her to be able to sit at the same table with him and eat. If he had dared to touch her at that time, he would have been dragged into trouble immediately, but now he can indulge in her unscrupulously. I just thought he was rich. If you have money, you can do whatever you want. An unspeakable sense of satisfaction swelled in Meng Fan's heart. Pretend, I'll let you pretend. After playing unscrupulously for more than 10 minutes, Li Shiqi suddenly pulled away when she could no longer bear it. Without Meng Fan's support, Li Shiqi staggered and almost fell. Li Shiqi, how long do you want to pretend? Li Shiqi felt as if she had been struck by lightning. It turned out that he had been recognized a long time ago. Unspeakable shame and despair enveloped the body and mind. When he mocked Meng Fan like that, and even his dead parents, how could he accept him? Are you really Meng Fan? I'm sorry. It was my fault at the beginning. I have changed my ways. He bowed and apologized with panic in his eyes. She didn't want to lose this opportunity. Meng Fan smiled coldly and suddenly pinched her pretty face. So are you willing to accept my punishment? Li Shiqi immediately understood what Meng Fan meant, and the sadness on her face turned into ecstasy. She stomped her feet and threw herself into Meng Fan's arms. I am willing, I am willing. My enemy, you are so bad, I want you to punish me severely. As expected, a bitch is a bitch, no matter how she pretends, she is still a bitch in her bones. Ha ha ha. It depends on your performance. Meng Fan laughed loudly, and tore them apart with his hands to let them meet each other frankly. Li Shiqi's muscular eyes burst out with an irrepressible brilliance. Just now she felt the power from Meng Fan's body, that kind of strong sense of aggression. You can feel the hard muscles through the clothes, the heart is shaking, the fire in her body is also burning. He is handsome, has a good figure, and is a top rich man. If I am enjoyed by such a man, how cool it would be. I dare not even think about it. Now, please accept my apology, Mr. Meng. Li Shiqi slowly bowed. Well, not bad. Meng Fan leaned on the sofa and closed his eyes, enjoying the unprecedented luxury pleasure for the first time. Very good, very refreshing, very appropriate, although it was obvious that she had never had any experience in this area and her movements were unfamiliar. She was extremely well behaved and obedient, especially when Meng Fan lowered his head and saw her little face. Her charming but apologetic eyes made Meng Fan's happiness doubled. She even kept apologizing to him and begging for forgiveness. So good, so cool. Much better than Liu Linlin, the bitch. But at this moment, Meng Fan's cell phone suddenly rang. It was the paternity test result sent by the hospital. This bastard is indeed not his. It was written in black and white, and there was a handwritten signature from the director of the obstetrics and gynecology department. Liu Linlin would definitely not get away. But before Meng Fan dialed the number, Liu Linlin called first. Meng Fan, you son of a bitch, what's wrong with you today? You dare to hit my parents? Come to the hospital right now, kneel down and apologize to my parents, and transfer the 3 million in your hand to my card, otherwise I will never forgive you for what happened today. Are you deaf? Speak, I let you speak. Hysterical, like a mad dog. But the phone had been thrown aside by Meng Fan. In the past, Liu Linlin regarded everything of Meng Fan as her own private property. If she knew what Meng Fan was doing now, would she be so angry that she went crazy? The pleasure of revenge filled her body in an instant. Li Shiqi also heard the news on the phone. Meng Fan got married, but his marriage had problems. Then he had a chance. Prove himself even harder. With Liu Linlin scolding in his ears and Li Shiqi serving in front of him, Meng Fan ascended the throne in the secret symphony. Li Shiqi's pretty face flushed instantly, but Meng Fan grabbed her hair and couldn't move. At the same time, Meng Fan picked up the phone he had just thrown away. I apologize to you. Bring your ID and come to the Civil Affairs Bureau. Divorce, now. Chapter 5, Divorce in a Domineering Manner. You know who left the bastard in your belly. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 10 minutes ago, in the inpatient ward, Liu Linlin received a call from Wang Fong as soon as she finished her prenatal checkup and rushed to the inpatient department. Linlin, you have to help us vent our anger. When they opened the door, they saw Wang Fong and Lu Dezhu all covered in bandages. Their noses were broken and several of their front teeth were knocked out. They were too miserable to look at. Liu Linlin was furious. Who did this? Who dares to beat you like this? Isn't Meng Fan the one who eats everything? Wang Fong cursed and told Liu Linlin what happened. They did not dare to bear grudges against Li Yandong, and all their grievances were directed at Meng Fan. This stupid bastard, a bitch who deserves to die from his parents, was so ruthless when he attacked us. He didn't treat us as human beings at all. Our house can obviously be sold for more than 3 million, but he actually sold it for less than 3 million, directly making hundreds of thousands less. Originally, these are all the money of our old Liu family. By the way, the doctor also said that the concussion we suffered will leave sequelae. You can't let this bastard off lightly. Wang Fong cursed so hard that Lu Dezhu stumbled over and closed the door, then turned around and cursed too. Liu Linlin was shocked and angry. He doesn't care about his parents being beaten or the sequelae of concussion. All she could think about now was one voice. Meng Fan sold my house cheaply. Who gave him the courage to do so? Isn't it? I'm also wondering why this guy suddenly took the wrong medicine. When he first arrived at the housing authority, he was smiling and ready to sign, but then he turned around and beat us up. Liu Dezhu was just about to smoke when he realized that his front teeth were empty, just convulsing there. You horse rider, Meng Fan, you really deserve to die. Wang Fong grabbed Liu Linlin with an eager face. Now that the house has been sold, the only remedy is you. Call him quickly and find a way to get all the 3 million. Doesn't he still want to be a father? Just mess with him. If you don't hand over 3 million, we will divorce him and we won't have the child. Originally they planned to trick him, but now the two old guys don't pretend anymore, directly threaten. Want kids? Then hand over the money honestly. Otherwise, don't ask my daughter to help you give birth to this child. This is the lifeblood of Meng Fan. If you don't believe that Meng Fan will not compromise, Liu Linlin thought so too and called immediately. Wang Fong also deliberately pressed the speaker. Open to the public, I'm going to scold this son of a bitch to death. We have to work together and not give him the slightest chance to regret it. Liu Dezhu also nodded. The three of them had completely regarded the house as their own private property, completely forgetting that it was the inheritance of Meng Fan's parents and had nothing to do with them. I called the phone angrily, only to hear the last two words on the other end of the phone being muttered by Meng Fan. Divorce. All three of them were stunned. This is a direct blow to the bottom of the pot. Damn it, this Meng Fan was originally a dog they barked around at home, and he obeyed Liu Linlin even more. Was there a rabies attack today? Liu Linlin was shocked and angry. She usually talks about divorce, but every time Meng Fan would immediately put his tail between his legs and give in. How dare this dog rebel today? Why should Meng Fan divorce himself? Is he worthy of it? Without any fear, Liu Linlin only felt that she was severely offended. Meng Fan, I think you want to die. How dare you divorce me? Don't forget that your child is still in my belly, and you are talking to me with this attitude. I tell you, surnamed Meng, I don't have to give birth to this child for you. You don't want me either. After Liu Linlin finished speaking, Wang Fong and Liu Dezhu's two dogs quickly followed and started howling. My daughter is right, we don't have to give you a son, Meng Fan. What the hell, my daughter's conditions are so good, you don't want to have more than others want. I only ask you for 3 million because you only have 3 million. Otherwise, your 3 million is not enough to pay for our medical expenses and mental damage. Just be content. But before they finished speaking, they heard Meng Fan sneer coldly. Liu Linlin, please listen to me. You bitch, you love to ride a horse or not, don't tell me you don't know who's got the bastard seed in your belly. In an instant, Wang Fong and Liu Dezhu, who had been cursing just now, became silent. What the hell? What's in my daughter's belly? Is it wild grass? Liu Linlin's face turned pale in a flash. Originally, he turned on the loudspeaker in order to regain the momentum in a 3-on-1 situation, but as soon as Meng Fan opened his mouth, he exploded first. Luo Tianyu is the boss of Meng Fan's company. Taking the opportunity to accompany Meng Fan to work, Liu Linlin pretended to meet him by chance in the bathroom and finally hooked up with him. Liu Linlin didn't tell anyone about this. Who knew she would get pregnant unexpectedly, but Liu Linlin told Luo Tianyu that this was Meng Fan's child, and she wanted to secretly give birth to the child and ask Luo Tianyu to force him into the palace. After all, Luo Tianyu's wife is not pregnant yet. The plan is wonderful, but why does Meng Fan know so much? Wait. Don't speak yet. Liu Linlin quickly turned off the speaker and rushed into the bathroom in the ward. You, what are you talking nonsense about? How could this child not be yours? This is your child. Why don't you even recognize your own child? You must be crazy about gain and loss. His tone was urgent, obviously trying to cover up his guilt with anger. Meng Fan simply didn't tolerate it. This bastard's father is Luo Tianyu. Liu Linlin immediately fell on the toilet with a pale face. Come to the Civil Affairs Bureau to divorce immediately, otherwise I promise that tomorrow morning, everyone in the company and the entire community will know the glorious history of you two adulterers. Don't tell anyone. if you tell anyone, I'm done. Wait for me, I'll come to you. Liu Linlin walked out of the bathroom in a panic and fell heavily when she went out. Wang Feng hurriedly helped her up, and her attitude changed 180 degrees, extremely anxious. Daughter, you must not divorce him. He earns more than 10,000 yuan a month. Your brother is now dating a girlfriend to prove his spending. If you divorce, our family will have nothing. You can't divorce him, even if you die, you can't divorce him. In fact, the two had no intention of really letting Liu Linlin divorce. Meng Fan handed over all his monthly salary. After get off work, he was still a full-time nanny. Their family didn't have to do anything to live comfortably. If they really get divorced, where can they find such a pure and stupid enemy? It would be better to kill them than to ask them to work by themselves. I know, I will talk to him. Liu Linlin left in a hurry, leaving the two old beasts staring at each other. Their faces were as ugly as they could be. Liu Linlin was thinking of countermeasures frantically on the way to the Civil Affairs Bureau, and she quickly calmed down. She was such a fool, she was almost deceived by Meng Fan. Even if he knew, what would happen? This idiot had no evidence in his hand. The child was still in her belly, could he get a paternity test? Besides, the law stipulates that the man is not allowed to file for divorce during his wife's pregnancy. As long as she insists that the father of the child is Meng Fan, no one can do anything to her. What are you afraid of? Thinking of this, Liu Linlin also felt confident. Meng Fan, you wait for me, if you make me lose face, I will not let you off easily. At the same time, Meng Fan, who had just walked out of the hotel, also made another call. It's me, Xiao Wang, your brother Meng. I need your help with something. Chapter 6. Liu Linlin fought to the bitter end and took back everything she had lost. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Meng Fan arrived at the Civil Affairs Bureau in advance, and the resentful look in Li Shiqi's eyes when she saw him leave was still in his mind. No wonder, he was originally very anxious because of his teasing, but Liu Linlin called him. He was happy, but she got nothing. She was just a young wife who was taken advantage of. If time did not allow, Meng Fan really wanted to give him a full comfort on the spot. But there was also a regret that he did not receive the goddess binding prompt from the system. Obviously, the system did not recognize this kind of in-depth communication. From a distance, he saw a Havel H6 parked in front of the Civil Affairs Bureau, and Liu Linlin got out of the car. He paid for the car at the beginning, but after buying it home, Meng Fan still took the bus to work every day. The car was completely occupied by Liu Linlin and his brother-in-law Liu Xiang. Meng Fan didn't even touch the steering wheel. No, it's not that he didn't touch it at all. After the two came back tired from playing, he had to be responsible for being their parking driver. Clenched his fist. This time, I will get back everything I lost. Liu Linlin does have good assets. 26 years old, 168 centimeters tall, fair skin, good figure. She attracted a lot of attention as soon as she got off the car. In the eyes of the beholder, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. In the past, Meng Fan was fascinated by Liu Linlin. But now, without the filter, Liu Linlin is just like that, not as good as Li Shiqi who just enjoyed it. What's more, this bitch stabbed her own eyes with her own hands. Thinking of this, Meng Fan's chest was boiling with anger, but Liu Linlin didn't know it at all, and still arrogantly slapped the prenatal examination form in front of the staff. I don't agree to divorce, and the law does not allow divorce during my pregnancy. It doesn't matter how Meng Fan knew this secret, as long as he insisted that the father of the child was Meng Fan, this marriage could not be divorced. The staff was stunned. Sir, the law does not allow divorce during a wife's pregnancy. Liu Linlin showed a proud face, but the next second. She cheated first, and the child is not mine. Puff, the staff almost choked on this transition. Liu Linlin's face turned pale and then quickly turned red. This guy actually dared to say that. What nonsense are you talking about? This child is obviously yours. Why don't you admit it? Everyone come and see. This man wants to divorce me when he sees that I'm pregnant unexpectedly. It's obvious that he doesn't want to take responsibility. I've never seen such a cheap scumbag. Liu Linlin's aura is fully fired up. In just a few words, she raised the family conflict to a new height of male-female confrontation. There are many couples who go to the Civil Affairs Bureau to handle divorce and marriage. Especially those divorced women are already resentful. When they look at Meng Fan, their eyes immediately show strong disgust. Such a beautiful girl marries you and is willing to help you have a child. You are too unworthy of cherishing. You don't even want to raise your own child. This man is too scumbag. You must not want to take it when you do it, and now you refuse to admit it. It turns out that men are not good things. Liu Linlin became more and more proud. After throwing a tantrum, she pretended to be pitiful and pulled Meng Fan's arm. Husband, let's stop making trouble and go back. If you really don't want to raise him, I can go out to work and raise him after the confinement period, okay? This is our child, I don't want the child to be born without a father. She cried and cried. Even an Oscar-winning actress would have to admit that her acting skills were inferior to his. The divorced women around her quickly joined in. They were full of resentment after divorcing their husbands, and now they all felt that they should become female boxing superheroes who protect the rights of their sisters. How can you watch a scumbag bully their sisters? Look, your wife is so considerate and good to you now, what else are you dissatisfied with? He is definitely a scumbag, how dare you file for divorce? How did he let you down? To be honest, this scumbag is not worthy of you, there is no need to beg him. Listen to me, we are not afraid of divorce. There are many young handsome rich second-generation guys waiting to marry us. Even the staff pushed Meng Fan's divorce application back with a cold face. Sir, you should go back and think about it, I really can't do it. Meng Fan was happy. I thought Liu Linlin would definitely struggle, but I didn't expect this dead fish to struggle so violently. I really thought I didn't come prepared. He took out the paternity test and slapped it on the table. The paternity test is here. Do you want me to call the father of this bastard now? Don't say I didn't give you a chance to collude with each other. The accusation stopped abruptly. There is a paternity test, isn't it a foregone conclusion? Wipe, 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 this bitch, everyone has been deceived by her. The divorced women who supported her fled in disgrace. Damn, the slap in the face is like a tornado. Impossible. The child is still in my belly, how can I do a paternity test? This test is fake. Liu Linlin panicked and denied it immediately, but the black and white words and red seals are clear, with the hospital seal and the signature of the director of the obstetrics and gynecology department, ironclad evidence. Liu Linlin stepped back in a daze, as if the sky had fallen. The next second, she immediately knelt in front of Meng Fan and burst into tears. Dear, you can't blame me. He was threatening me. If I didn't agree, he would make you lose your job. I was forced to do that. Besides, if I hadn't been working hard behind you, would you have been transferred to another place to serve as the vice president of the branch so quickly? I'm making these sacrifices for our family. You have to understand me. She cried and complained. The onlookers felt that their three views were blown up. She was obviously cheating and pregnant with someone else's bastard, but when she said it, it became that she was enduring humiliation for the family. Why didn't you say that the adulterer was an alien who wanted to destroy the earth, and that she cheated to save the world's human beings? Meng Fan originally thought that Liu Linlin was shameless enough, but he didn't expect that he still underestimated the shamelessness of this bitch. Luo Tianyu did promote him, but he didn't give him a raise. He transferred him to the branch to create more opportunities for himself. The salary didn't increase, but the frequency of my wife being fucked by others increased a lot. I think he promoted you and raised your salary. A raise is tens of billions. Snap! Meng Fan slapped Liu Linlin to the ground with a slap, and her cheeks were visibly red and swollen. He took out the divorce agreement that had been prepared long ago, and it was written in Liu Linlin's tone. During pregnancy, the man cannot file for divorce, but the woman's application can be successfully approved. This marriage must be divorced today. Seeing the above terms, Liu Linlin was completely panicked. No, I can't leave the house with nothing. Meng Fan, I was wrong, please don't divorce me, I can't live without you. Give me another chance, husband. Kneel down to apologize, kowtow to admit my mistakes, but in return, Meng Fan slapped her again. Sign. Liu Linlin had to compromise. The divorce agreement was signed smoothly. All bank cards were taken away by Meng Fan, including the Havel H6. Liu Linlin, who walked out of the Civil Affairs Bureau, saw Meng Fan getting in the car, and cursed from the heart. You son of a bitch, after all, we are also husband and wife, you have to do things so drastically. Desperate? You reminded me. Meng Fan, who had just got in the car, turned over and got out of the car, snatched Liu Linlin's mobile phone and smashed it on the stairs. Jacket, sunglasses, short skirt, sandals. Liu Linlin was stripped of everything she could. She bought them with her own money, so of course she wouldn't leave them to this bitch, and threw them all into the trash can. Only a suspender lining and leggings were left on her body. If he wasn't afraid of being reported, Meng Fan would have wanted to strip Liu Linlin of everything. Bitch, go eat shit with your adulterer. Meng Fan gave her a middle finger. He stepped on the accelerator and drove away. Liu Linlin was left alone in shame and anger under the gaze of everyone. Meng Fan, you bastard, you are the biggest bastard in the world, I hate you so much. Liu Linlin was so angry that she was shaking all over, but now that she was almost naked, she didn't dare to become the headline of tomorrow's gossip news. She ran into the Civil Affairs Bureau office in a panic to avoid being seen. The phone was also smashed, so she could only shamelessly ask the staff for help. Uncle, can you lend me your phone? With an innocent and sad smile on his face, the security guard would have been deceived by her if he had not witnessed the whole process, but out of good professional ethics, he still lent his phone reluctantly. Liu Linlin started to make a call without even saying thank you. There was a strong viciousness in his eyes. Luo Tianyu is the boss of a listed company, and his connections and energy are not comparable to Meng Fan, a small fry. It's not easy to kill someone. Meng Fan, you damn dog, you are unkind first, so don't blame me for being unjust. Chapter 7. Do you like sluts? I'll give it to you, but you have to exchange it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the office, a paunchy Luo Tianyu was listening to the secretary's report. What, this child is fucking mine. That when Luo Tianyu heard the news, he almost spit out a mouthful of blood and fell directly from the sofa to the ground. Boss, what's wrong with you? The secretary instinctively stepped forward to help him, but Luo Tianyu slapped him out of the office. Go, get out of here. The secretary hurriedly left the office. Luo Tianyu's face looked extremely ugly. Recently, his company has been losing money for many years and is on the verge of bankruptcy. The listing now being prepared is a last resort to save the company. If a scandal breaks out at this time, he and the company will be doomed. Besides, his wife Shen Yanran's parents lived in Fenghua community, and Shen Yanran happened to go back to visit her parents today. If Meng Fan exposes the affair between him and Liu Linlin, his family will never be able to have peace in the future. Why the hell didn't you tell me earlier? I always thought it was Meng Fan's child, but today he took out a paternity test and I found out it was yours. I know this matter has a great impact on you, so I called you as soon as possible. I really didn't hide it on purpose. You have to believe me. If I had known earlier, would I still have hidden it from you? Liu Linlin was once again possessed by the Oscar-winning actress, crying so hard that she put all the responsibility on Meng Fan. It wasn't that she was hiding it intentionally, she thought it was Meng Fan's child. In short, there is nothing wrong with me, it's all Meng Fan's fault. He shouldn't know this and should continue to be the wronged father with peace of mind. This is good for everyone. Many staff in the Civil Affairs Bureau office couldn't bear it anymore. This woman actually lied to them in front of them, and her face didn't turn red. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, it would be hard to imagine what kind of woman could be so shameless. Especially the security guard who lent Liu Linlin's cell phone regretted lending his cell phone to such a disgusting thing. I feel like my phone is dirty. But Liu Linlin turned a blind eye to the gazes around her and continued to speak ill of Meng Fan. God bless, do you think this guy has known this secret for a long time, and then been bribed by your competitors, and deliberately waited until the company is about to go public to expose it to you? You have to think of a way, and you must not let him succeed, otherwise I will blame myself to death. Luo Tianyu's face became increasingly gloomy. Don't tell me, Liu Linlin's suspicion is really possible. Damn it, this is a piece of cake. He just made his wife pregnant, but this guy actually wants to destroy his company. Why are you so petty? The more I think about it, the more possible it becomes. He didn't even notice that his train of thought had been completely led astray by Liu Linlin. Linlin, your news is very timely. Luo Tianyu took a deep breath. Don't worry about this matter in the future, I will handle it. Liu Linlin was overjoyed and successfully passed the test. But this is not enough, the originally aggrieved tone became gentler. My dear, I'm relying on you, but I still have a worry. Should I abort our child? I'm afraid it will affect you. But I really want to give you a baby, and the doctor said it's likely to be a boy. What a fart boy, I've only been pregnant for 1 month and it's obvious that there's something wrong with me. But this does not prevent Liu Linlin from continuing to make nonsense. She knew that Luo Tianyu and Shen Yanran had no children in these years, and this unwarranted son would definitely be able to manipulate Luo Tianyu easily. Sure enough, when Luo Tianyu heard the word son, his voice immediately softened. Don't this damn poor guy just want money? Let me take care of the baby's safe pregnancy, and I'll buy you more nutritional supplements later. Liu Linlin's face was filled with a snicker of successful scheming, but her mouth was full of coquettish words. He also took off my coat, smashed my cell phone, and even my bag. I'll buy them for you, all new ones. You haven't eaten yet after the prenatal checkup. I'll take you to eat first, and then I'll take you shopping. Mua my dear, you are so kind. Then come to the Civil Affairs Bureau to pick me up. I miss you so much right now. Office, Luo Tianyu hung up the phone and did not go to Liu Linlin immediately. He knows very well that women are external objects, and the company is his own. Make a call. Let Mr. Zhao come to my office. Soon a beautiful woman in professional attire walked into the office with a sky-high step. Her snow-white skin is moist and tender, and her rosy eyes are alluring. Especially the pair of big thunders, they want to tear their shirts apart every time they walk, but such a beauty has a world-weary face and a terrible personality. Because he is a partner and financial director of the company, it is common for his subordinates to withhold salary and bonuses from various PUAs. Even Luo Tianyu was polite to her. Mr. Luo, look for me. Zhao Muqing sat down on the sofa, and the pair of rabbits jumped, making Luo Tianyu's heart tremble. He coughed twice and locked the office. Do you remember Meng Fan? Meng Fan, Zhao Muqing frowned for a long time before remembering. Isn't this the dead loser that I scold my subordinate every day? It seems he hasn't come to work today. Meng Fan worked in the company's finance department before he was transferred to the branch. He didn't even dare to raise his head and look at her when reporting on work. He still laughed when she was scolded by him. He was a complete loser. He was just about to take out a whip and slap his butt. What happened to this trash? After listening to Luo Tianyu's story, Zhao Muqing was immediately angry. How could you be so careless? Don't be angry, I didn't know it would be like this. But now that it has happened, the key is to find a way to remedy it. Can you think of a way to get Meng Fan? Luo Tianyu made a gesture of wiping his neck. He didn't have the courage to kill Meng Fan, but to find a way to make Meng Fan and these evidence disappear. Zhao Muqing bit her lower lip and fell into thought. Zhao Muqing didn't care whose woman Luo Tianyu fucked. She only knew that this kind of negative news was very unfavorable to the company's listing, especially at this juncture. As a partner, she also has a lot of shares in the company. Whoever wants to hinder the company's listing at this time is against her. It's not easy to get such a dead waste. That the red lips raised a hint of sarcasm. This guy is timid and afraid of trouble. Now he is divorcing his wife. He must want to take this opportunity to extort money from you. Let's just give it to him. As long as there is a transfer record, we can sue him for extortion. I will use my friends in the court and the police station to send him to jail in a minute. Are you sure? Do you think I learned law for nothing? It's not easy to kill a loser. Zhao Muqing's mouth curled up with a trace of contempt. After conferring with Zhao Muqing, Luo Tianyu came to the Civil Affairs Bureau to pick up Liu Linlin. He also bought a brand-name jacket worth tens of thousands of yuan for Liu Linlin to wear first. The two left hand in hand sweetly. But in a corner in the distance, a man in a baseball cap took a picture of everything with his mobile phone. He turned around and sent it to Meng Fan. "Brother Meng, I took it." Meng Fan was driving and saw the video with a sneer on his face. He had long guessed that Liu Linlin would call Luo Tianyu after he left. So he hired a private detective Wang Li to help keep an eye on them, and he did find evidence. "Thank you for keeping an eye on them." "Don't worry, Brother Meng, I won't miss anything I should shoot." After hanging up the phone, the flame of revenge in Meng Fan's eyes burned. After experiencing the physical and mental pain of being decomposed by his family and used as human bait, Meng Fan, who returned after rebirth, has changed completely. He used to be honest, but the more honest people are, the crazier they will become when they wake up. Now Meng Fan just wants to use all the means he can think of to madly retaliate against all those who have harmed him. "Do you like this broken shoe? Okay, I'll give it to you. But it can't be given away for free, it has to be exchanged." A perverted smile rose at the corner of his mouth. A charming figure appeared in his mind. Shen Yanran, Luo Tianyu's wife, 25 years old, opened a ballet training institution and is the chief dance teacher. She has long legs and a beautiful temperament. In particular, she pays great attention to body management and skin care. Her snow-white skin is as delicate and smooth as light. Shen Yanran's parents lived right across from Meng Fan. Even though Meng Fan was deeply fascinated by Liu Linlin at that time, he was still stunned by Shen Yanran's beauty. If I remember correctly, Shen Yanran should be visiting her parents in Fenghua community now. Luo Tianyu will come to pick her up later, but this time is different. Luo Tianyu has a temporary business of accompanying a slut. I already have a plan in mind. I opened my phone and found the owner group. Since I don't know how to use a smartphone, Shen Yanran joined the owner group here on behalf of her parents. It's very easy to find her contact information. "Mom, I washed the fruit. Come and eat it." Shen Yanran was helping to clean up. Fine beads of sweat flowed down her forehead. The phone suddenly rang twice. "Meng Fan. Why did he add me as a friend?" Shen Yanran looked confused and clicked to agree without thinking much. It was that video. Although his face was blurred, his big belly and license plate number clearly showed that he was Luo Tianyu. Seeing Luo Tianyu and Liu Linlin hugging each other in front of the Civil Affairs Bureau and leaving hand in hand, Shen Yanran was completely stunned. Her husband actually cheated on her. In addition to being angry, she suddenly realized a series of chain reactions of this incident. The company is at a critical stage of listing. Once the scandal is exposed, Luo Tianyu's company will be finished. Her dance training school is not profitable, and Luo Tianyu has always been using money to subsidize her career. If Luo Tianyu's company is finished, her career will also come to an abrupt end. She has long been accustomed to the life of the upper class. Let her become an ordinary person again. Just thinking about it makes her panic. What do you want?" Shen Yanran was about to send a message, but she received a voice message from Meng Fan on her mobile phone. "I'm at your door, let's talk." Chapter 8. Mrs. Shen, you don't want your husband's scandal to be exposed, right? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yanran, you and Meng Fan are friends? He's a nice guy. When you're not around, I always ask Meng Fan for help. Shen Yanran's parents didn't know what was going on. When they opened the door and saw Meng Fan, they were still smiling and asked to come in. "Hello, Aunt and Uncle." Meng Fan greeted them warmly. Usually, they only passed by each other in the corridor. Now it was the first time for him to take a closer look at Shen Yanran. She is really a favorite of God. She has delicate features and fair skin. She tied a high ponytail for work, a shirt and a pleated skirt. Her plump figure made her clothes bulge, but the wide apron blocked all the spring scenery. It's like a plump lychee. As long as a man comes forward to peel off the skin, the white and mellow crystal flesh inside will burst out. Ding, a goddess is found for collection. Goddess, Shen Yanran. Beauty, 88 points, pure natural. Type, top-notch young woman. Personality keywords, reserved, introverted. Character conduct, 10 points. Overall evaluation of the Human Resources Department. A taste of human resources. Note, this woman is a top-notch wife, who manages the household well and never has any Transgressions with strange men. It's just that she hasn't gotten pregnant due to personal health reasons. 88 points. This is more than a level higher than that bitch Liu Linlin. Top-notch wife, good at managing the household, no children, even the system gave a top-notch evaluation. Originally, Meng Fan thought that he preferred young and beautiful girls, but when he saw Shen Yanran at this moment, the originally suppressed Chao thief's soul had awakened. With such a beautiful wife, Meng Fan really didn't understand why Luo Tianyu would still like Liu Linlin. There was a vague guess, perhaps Shen Yanran is a reserved person. With her personality, she would never wear those hot stockings, sexy clothes, small handcuffs, let alone boudoir props such as small clips, but Liu Linlin can do anything to get Luo Tianyu's money, and she is much more open than Shen Yanran. It is probably this that Luo Tianyu is very careful. A reserved beauty. Meng Fan's eyes were blazing with flames. I wonder how charming Shen Yanran will be when this reservedness is crushed by me. Mom and Dad, I won't go out for a walk with you. Meng Fan wants to discuss something with me. Finding a reason to send her parents away, Shen Yanran sat down face to face with Meng Fan with a sullen face. After the initial panic, she calmed down and made her own judgment quickly. She knew Meng Fan, he was just a social animal in the branch under Luo Tianyu. He was honest and simple, and was often scolded by Luo Tianyu. Normally, she dared not look at me when they met in the corridor. If Luo Tianyu had not fucked his wife, Meng Fan probably would not have the courage to stand up. No, even if he got the evidence now, he would not dare to trouble Luo Tianyu, so he found me. It must be like this. Thinking of this, Shen Yanran looked at Meng Fan with a strong contempt. She is the boss of a dance training institution and the wife of the president. She walks in various occasions of the upper class every day. If it were not for this incident, Meng Fan would probably never have anything to do with her in this life. But Shen Yanran's contempt was not only because of the gap in status. Meng Fan's style made her feel disgusted. Her woman was fucked by another man, and she had evidence in her hand, but she didn't even dare to confront Luo Tianyu face to face. She could only hide behind and take pictures secretly to threaten me, a woman. Shameless, rubbish, she is not worthy of being a man, she is just a coward. What she, Shen Yanran, despises most is cowards. Of course, it was also thanks to Meng Fan's cowardice that she had the opportunity to solve the problem. Thinking of this, Shen Yanran's expression showed a bit of arrogance, and her straight waist revealed a slender, straight and soft waistline. Meng Fan, I know who the person in the video is, and I know what you want. I have 200,000 in this card, which should satisfy your appetite. For a social animal, 200,000 is more than his annual income. Shen Yanran didn't believe that Meng Fan could refuse. Shen Yanran's domineering appearance made Meng Fan want to laugh. It's time, and you still come up with this. Do you think you are still the same as before? Are you here to beg you? Pa! Meng Fan slapped Shen Yanran in the face, and 5 bright red finger marks appeared. You talk to me like this. Shen Yanran covered her face and was stunned. No man had ever dared to hit him, even Luo Tianyu never dared to force her. But the burning pain told her that all this was true. You hit me. Shen Yanran jumped up angrily, but another slap hit the other side of Shen Yanran's face the next second. A strong arm grabbed Shen Yanran's delicate neck. Lower your attitude. Otherwise, I don't mind making your family's scandal known to everyone in the community. I'll give you another chance. Reorganize your words, and think about what tone to use to talk to me. Shen Yanran trembled all over. Yes, my parents are still in this community. If they knew that their son-in-law cheated and got the neighbor's wife pregnant, how could my parents live in the community? But how could the social animal who didn't even dare to raise his head when working overtime in the company, the cowardly man who didn't even dare to look at himself face to face, suddenly become a different person? The original momentum collapsed. I'm sorry, it's our fault. We are willing to compensate you. Don't be angry first. That's right. The panic in Shen Yanran's eyes made Meng Fan's desires swell rapidly. I used to be a coward, only knowing how to compromise with others, but was instead forced by them. It turns out that these so-called elites are all paper tigers. As long as they show their claws, they are all scared like dogs. Look who is the coward now. licking the corner of his mouth excitedly. It depends on Mrs. Shen's attitude. I am very dissatisfied with her attitude just now. Dissatisfied with the 200,000? Shen Yanran consciously understood what Meng Fan meant, and took out the other 2 cards. I still have 3 cards here, which add up to almost 500,000. 500,000? You are sending beggars. Shen Yanran began to panic. Do you want 1 million? Impossible, I can't afford that much money. But when he looked up, he saw the grim smile on Meng Fan's mouth. I'm not interested in money, I just like to exchange gifts. Whatever Luo Tianyu gives me, I will return it intact. Mrs. Shen, you don't want your husband's dirty deeds to be exposed, do you? Chapter 9 I am happy, not you. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shen Yanran's eyes widened, and the panic in her eyes was beyond words. What Meng Fan wants is himself. I don't agree. Shen Yanran wanted to refuse sternly, but she couldn't say the words of rejection. The company has been operating poorly in recent years and has been losing money for consecutive years. This listing is the only opportunity to raise funds to make a comeback. If Luo Tianyu goes bankrupt and liquidates, they will be burdened with huge debts, and everything they have accumulated over the years will be in vain. What's more, if the elderly parents knew this, they would definitely not be able to withstand the cynicism of the neighbors in the community, in case there are 3 long and 2 short. I have to be trapped in regret for the rest of my life, unable to extricate myself, but between herself and the man in front of her, she was still in the home where she grew up, she can't do it. No, Meng Fan, please change your conditions. I really can't agree to this. I can give you money. If it's not enough, I can ask Luo Tianyu for it. I can give you more money. 3 million, 5 million, 10 million. In short, I can't, not with you. Unspeakable shame welled up in her heart, and Shen Yanran slumped weakly on the sofa, her eyes pleading sadly. The arrogance in his eyes had completely turned into panic. The pear blossoms carry the rain, and the begonias carry the wind. This scene is enough to move any man's hard heart, but unfortunately, Meng Fan is not included. On the contrary, Meng Fan enjoyed the beautiful scenery of Shen Yanran at this moment. The intense pleasure of revenge made his whole body feel like it was on fire. Luo Tianyu, even if you are riding a horse, you will be here today. Luo Tianyu, you said you have such a beautiful wife. Why are you messing with my wife? I really don't know how to cherish it. He pinched Shen Yanran's pretty face and wiped the delicate skin with his fingertips to take away the tears from the corners of his eyes. Don't cry like this, I'm not forcing you. I don't like to use force. If you refuse me, I will naturally turn around and leave. But don't worry about what I will do next. After saying that, Meng Fan stood up and walked towards the door. Shen Yanran's face instantly turned pale. Every step Meng Fan took seemed to step on her heart. A voice kept warning Shen Yanran. We can't let him expose the matter. Once it is exposed, you, your parents, and everything else about you will be finished. Just like Luo Tianyu's 3-minute heat, Meng Fan probably won't be too long either. Bite your teeth, just grit your teeth and get over it. Just like being bitten by a dog. At this time, Meng Fan had already walked to the door and had already grasped the door handle with his right hand. Finally, I heard a natural sound coming from behind me. Meng Fan, don't leave. I promise you. When she said this, Shen Yanran covered her face and cried bitterly. The unspeakable shame made her tremble all over, and she felt like her whole body was about to break. On the other hand, Meng Fan's whole body was trembling, not scared, but excited. He held up Shen Yanran's face and wiped away her tears. Don't cry, I promise it will be over soon. As long as you satisfy me, all this will be a thing of the past. I know there is surveillance in your home, please turn it off. You don't want Luo Tianyu to suddenly see everything from remote monitoring while you are having fun with me. Shen Yanran's brain had lost the ability to think, and she could only nod in a panic and in vain. The moment she picked up the remote control and turned off the surveillance camera, she was suddenly thrown to the ground by a tiger. When Shen Yanran suddenly stood up and pressed her to the sofa, Shen Yanran reacted and subconsciously waved her hands to try to resist. but she couldn't shake Meng Fan's strength at all. Meng Fan doesn't want it, I subconsciously screamed softly. Don't resist. Isn't this what you want? Shen Yanran's whole body went stiff, and the next second Meng Fan took the opportunity to occupy the high ground. The cold lips pressed against each other, and the salty wetness from his tears turned the already fiery Meng Fan into a beast in an instant. Sure enough, Shen Yanran was unexpectedly sweet and mellow, as expected of a dance teacher. She has a top-notch figure. Meng Fan, who had been away from the battlefield for a long time, could no longer bear it and was ready to go straight to the point, but suddenly discovered, it seemed that he was not the only one who was already hungry and thirsty. There was a playful sarcasm on his lips. My mouth says I don't want it, but my body is very honest. Please stop talking. Shen Yanran closed her eyes and cried, not daring to look at Meng Fan. Of course she knew exactly what was going on. Since Luo Tianyu had Liu Linlin, he became increasingly indifferent to her. In addition, he was living in the company when the company was preparing to go public, so he had not touched him for several months. I'm sorry, I'm not a good woman. Sorry. Shen Yanran suddenly started to cry, and she didn't know who she was saying sorry to. Perhaps part of it was for Luo Tianyu, but more Meng Fan guessed that it was for herself. With her excellent family education, Shen Yanran would never tolerate cheating, but now, she was forced to become the person she hated the most. Humiliation, resentment, unwillingness, and helplessness all turned into a debt to myself at this moment. Meng Fan couldn't help but lose consciousness because of this. How come? Such a top-notch product is cheaper than that beast Luo Tianyu. But this beast doesn't know how to cherish it. Fortunately, he met himself. He looked down at his phone. There were dozens of missed calls, all from Luo Tianyu. It was obvious that the beast was eager to find himself negotiating. But he never dreamed of it. At this moment, he was on top of his beautiful wife, ready to enjoy the ultimate game of double surfing. There is that in the room. Please, bring it. Shen Yanran didn't dare to look at Meng Fan. Meng Fan knew that this was Shen Yanran's last insistence, trying to protect himself in this futile way, but Meng Fan didn't think so. Throw away the phone, pick it up. Do you have the qualifications to make conditions in front of me? I'm happy, not you. With a delicate shout, Shen Yanran's green jade fingers dug into the sofa fiercely. Reservation, shattered. Ding ding ding. Fuck, you dare not answer my call. In the car, Luo Tianyu frowned. He kept calling Meng Fan, but no one answered. Just now, he suddenly felt a panic that a disaster was about to happen. He called Shen Yanran immediately, but no one answered. Luo Tianyu has always believed in his intuition. He was able to expand his work to the point of listing, and his flash of intuition contributed greatly. Fuck, what is Shen Yanran busy with? No, I need to go home. Luo Tianyu quickly prepared to turn around, but at this time Liu Linlin, who was sitting on the passenger seat, said tenderly, Honey, are we not going shopping? You promised me. She whispered tenderly, and her right hand softly stroked Luo Tianyu's thigh. Liu Linlin was furious. It was so hard to tie Luo Tianyu down. How could he let him go home so easily? In order to alienate the relationship between Luo Tianyu and Shen Yanran, Liu Linlin did a lot of pillow talk. She is pregnant now and cannot satisfy Luo Tianyu. It is the most fragile time for their relationship. How can she let Luo Tianyu go home? What if this guy takes the opportunity to throw himself into Shen Yanran's gentle place again? Wouldn't all her previous efforts be in vain? Honey, you promised me. Being pregnant prevented Luo Tianyu from starting a war, but who said that Liu Linlin only had that one weapon? The little hand was soft and boneless, and she tried her best. Liu Linlin's tender attack made Luo Tianyu feel like his whole body was on fire. These little hands are really deadly. On one side is his wife, and on the other side is his pregnant lover, which makes Luo Tianyu feel torn, but in the end, the one who is close to the water gets the moon first. After all, it's just not answering the phone. It's not like it hasn't happened before. Besides, what can happen to Shen Yanran when she is with her parents? It's more important to have fun now. Without even thinking, he braked and stopped the Porsche on the side of the road. Hurry up, continue. Hate it, you have to torment me again, I'm so tired of queuing up for pregnancy checkups early in the morning. Good Linlin, I'll buy you whatever you want later, and I'll satisfy you whatever you want. Come and help me now, I can't help it. Hee, this is what you said, dear, don't regret it. Liu Linlin climbed into Luo Tianyu's arms with a charming smile, but Luo Tianyu didn't forget to call Shen Yanran. He definitely couldn't pick up Shen Yanran on time today, so he had to think of an excuse, but he didn't know that Shen Yanran wished he would die outside now. Chapter 10, Bind to the Goddess and get the first deposit reward. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Woo woo. On the sofa in the living room, Shen Yanran was completely lost. Luo Tianyu perfectly interprets what 3 minutes of heat is every time, but now he is like a butterfly struggling in a spider web. The more he struggles, the deeper he gets stuck. Meng Fan was delighted. The previous evaluation of Shen Yanran in the system was a brief taste of human affairs, but Meng Fan didn't pay much attention to it. Now I deeply understand why there is this evaluation. This stupid Luo Tianyu really doesn't know how to enjoy it. No, it's not that he doesn't enjoy it, it's that he doesn't have the talent at all. Then you're welcome. Suddenly, Meng Fan's cell phone received a new message, which was a video of Luo Tianyu and Liu Linlin playing games in the car. HD, uncensored, no cuts. Zooming in on the screen is directly equivalent to taking a direct shot in the face. Even the excited twitching corners of Luo Tianyu's face were clearly visible. He even took a photo of the Porsche license plate number, proving that it was Luo Tianyu's car. Unexpectedly, he and Luo Tianyu would play together, but when I switch identities, I feel much more comfortable. Meng Fan suddenly had an idea. I'll show you something good. After saying that, he pointed the video at Shen Yanran. Shen Yanran's pretty face froze instantly, and helpless tears flowed. He was being bullied by Meng Fan, but Luo Tianyu was actually enjoying Liu Linlin's service. How is this his husband? How can he be worthy of being his own husband? Humiliation, depression, unwillingness, and hatred all surged into my heart in an instant. I cried again, tears welling up in my eyes, but Meng Fan became more and more excited. This shows that we have a lot of time today. But it's true, Mrs. Shen, your husband has left such a beautiful wife at home to stay alone, while he went out to look for flowers and ask willows. Do you think he is sick? What's wrong with you, Mrs. Shen? Have you fallen out of favor in front of him? Oh, Meng Fan, I beg you, please stop talking. Shen Yanran was so distracted by what Meng Fan said that she fell quickly. Ah! As Meng Fan roared, Shen Yanran finally felt like she was thrown onto the bed by Meng Fan, just like the kelp that has been beaten to the shore by the rolling waves. Even moving your fingers has become a luxury. Silent tears flowed. After calming down, she realized that the person she hated was not Meng Fan, but Luo Tianyu. This damn bastard was the one who caused Meng Fan to vent his anger on himself because he was messing around outside. When he was being bullied, Luo Tianyu was still having fun with that bitch outside. Luo Tianyu is a bastard. He doesn't deserve to be her husband at all. From this moment, Shen Yanran's mentality has undergone subtle changes. She no longer wanted to care about what would happen to Luo Tianyu, but her current life must not be implicated by Luo Tianyu, a bastard, let alone be taken away by him. He tried to get up and hooked Meng Fan's arm with his last strength. Meng Fan, don't forget what you promised me. Of course Meng Fan knew what he meant. When I was with Liu Linlin in the past, I had to consider Liu Linlin's feelings every minute for fear that she would be disgusted. It only takes 3 minutes every time, but this time Meng Fan didn't have to think so much. Why are you so happy? Why are you here? I have never eaten a wild boar with fine chaff before, but I actually regard rotten vegetable leaves as a treasure. Obviously this is the ultimate delicacy in the world. Especially when Shen Yanran saw her husband cheating on her, the look in her eyes that was filled with sadness, despair, and tension was breathtakingly beautiful. Such a top beauty, how can you have enough fun at one time? Meng Fan's playful desire made Shen Yanran's eyes well up with fear. You promised me. But my request is that you can make me comfortable, but I haven't had enough fun yet. Shen Yanran felt ashamed and angry, but she saw something that made her feel both hurt and loved. You're not, impossible. Nothing is impossible. Meng Fan was extremely satisfied with his body. He used to be a 3-minute soft-footed shrimp, but now that he has been strengthened by the blood mist, he is no longer what he used to be. Meng Fan, you have gone too far once. I won't allow you to continue. If you try hard, I would rather die now, that this stupid woman, if she didn't do anything, Meng Fan might be fine, but she had to struggle. The flushed little face that had just experienced the violent storm was full of defensive shame and anger, and he picked up the snow-white quilt to wrap himself up. This is not resistance, this is clearly an inducement to commit a crime. But Meng Fan still held back. One time was already Shen Yanran's limit. If she did it again in the room, with Shen Yanran's face, she might really rather die than surrender. Although training is good, too much intensity is not enough, the ingredients are too delicate and blindly cooking them over high heat will only be self-defeating. 3 feet of ice cannot be frozen in one day. The bottom line is not a breakthrough, but over and over again. What's more, Meng Fan already got what he wanted most. Congratulations to the owner, you have successfully bound the goddess Shen Yanran and added a goddess to the goddess treasure book. Sure enough, the binding was successful, no favorability required. It has been detected that this is the first time that a goddess has been officially included in the goddess treasure book, and she has received the title, Surfer, and the system will soon issue the first flush reward. Damn, there's actually a title and a corresponding first-run reward. Could you be more considerate about the system? I'm a little embarrassed by you, but the system obviously felt that Meng Fan didn't need to be embarrassed, and insisted on giving Meng Fan a surprise in the first charge reward. First charge reward has been issued, and a power fruit is obtained. Power fruit can slightly increase the power attribute of the user. The worse the physique, the more obvious the improvement after taking it. But frequent use of the same power fruit will greatly reduce the effect. A black fruit appeared in the space, shaped like a grape, with a moist luster, which makes people feel drooling at a glance. Power fruit. Meng Fan was excited. After the blood mist covered the earth after the Doomsday, various plants and environments also changed. Many fruits that were edible before have special effects. Some experts speculate that this kind of fruit is the fusion of the energy essence in the blood mist, which is equivalent to allowing humans to fuse a large amount of blood mist energy in a short period of time to improve a certain aspect of physical attributes. Meng Fan heard that someone had obtained a power fruit and gained a lot of power after eating it. Even without awakening, it can be used to fight against low-level awakeners of power type. But not all fruits of plants can be eaten. Most fruits will be highly poisonous after being soaked in blood mist. Blindly eating them will directly turn you into various monsters. Only a very small number of them can be eaten and improve physical fitness. In his previous life, Meng Fan had only seen photos sent by someone in the group. At that time, he could only envy them. Now, before the Doomsday comes, he has been rewarded by the system. Just as he was about to throw the fruit into his mouth, Meng Fan suddenly thought, why should I eat it myself? Since I have the system, if I give it to Shen Yanran, can I also activate the 10,000 times return?